People say, oh, I'm going out of my way to go to church, or I'm going out of my way to go to my job and stuff. No, that's reasonable. That is what you should be doing. There is nothing exceptional about that. He gave you everything you have, and you're supposed to be offering it up back to him. So you need to acknowledge who God is. He is the creator of all things.
Amen.
Which brings us to responsibility number 2. We have a responsibility of understanding creation. God left his word for us so that we may understand all that is going on. And we're not going to know everything. He said, don't lean to your own understanding, but just acknowledge me in all things. So we have to just seek him, seek his wisdom, and then try to be better according to what we do understand. And then as we go on, he will give us more wisdom.
Amen.
But understanding creation, God is the only one that has the power to speak a word and cause something to happen out of nothing. As a man on the earth, or man or woman, we just have to work. We have to do the work that is necessary to accomplish whatever goal that is set before us. God will give us the strength to handle it, but we cannot just speak it and turn it around. So all of us, or all of you who may be in lack right now, or in debt right now, or have these bills and things piling up, no, it's not a simple fix. It's not going to be with the snap of your finger and turn it around. It's going to require work. You're going to have to work at it. It is a goal that you're trying to reach. Now, God will give you the power and get you there, but it's not often that it's just out of the blue turns around, unless you go out and win the lottery or whatever it is. And again, God is on your back. Like, he can make whoever he wants to do it. But while you're waiting on him to be delivered, you're not just supposed to wait idly. You're supposed to be working unto that to change your situation. So Adam was the very first steward that God entrusted the land with. So in Romans 8:22, it says, when Adam went astray, the whole earth groaned in travail. Because Adam went astray. Adam was the first steward that God entrusted these things with. And he told him what to do, and he told him what not to do.
Amen.
And when Adam was disobedient, it was like the whole earth was hurting because of it.
Amen.
God judged humans because of what Adam and Eve, when they sinned. And they were required to leave their place of prosperity because of it. And that's when God in Genesis 3:19 said, in the sweat of thy face shall thou eat bread till thou return into the ground. That is when we have to just go out there and work and slave over what we want. If we're going to get it, that's how we're going to get it. You're going to have to work for it. It's not just going to be given unto you for nothing.
Amen.
It's a lot of people who go out and work and they get a full paycheck for less than a full day's work. When it requires a lot of people to get something done, there's always a few that want to just sit and watch everybody else work.
Amen.
But they want the same pay that everybody else is getting.
Amen.
In school, I used to hate doing group projects because I knew that I wanted to do well. I knew that I wanted to learn. I knew that in order to do this, I was going to have to do the work. But they would always pair you with somebody or some people that didn't want to do anything. They were just going to let you do all the work, turn it in, and they hope you get an A because that meant they get an A.
Amen.
That's how the world is. If they can get away with not doing something, they won't do it.
Amen.
But as Christians, we're not supposed to be that way. We are supposed to work for and earn what we get.
Amen.
It says in 2 Thessalonians 3:10, if you don't work, you shall not eat.
Amen.
That means if you're not going out doing anything or producing anything, you're not going to gain anything.
Amen.
And we need to understand that. A sure sign that you're on the right track to becoming debt free, that you're making progress, is that you understand that there is no easy solution to a challenge that you have. So even though you may have debt right now, and it took you a while to get into it, and guess what? It may take you a while to get out of it. But you have to just know that I can do this. There's no easy solution, but I'm going to work. And I'm going to keep chipping away at it until I get to the end.
Amen.
You shouldn't have to turn it down.
Which brings us to responsibility number 3. We are supposed to reflect. We're supposed to reflect on all God has given us. We're supposed to reflect on our lives and make sure we're on the path and doing the will of God. And our lives should be a reflection of who God is in us.
Amen.
Amen.
How do you manage what God has given to you? And it's more than money. It is the gifts. It is the talents. It is whatever He has given to you. You need to be reflecting on, am I doing the right thing with it? Am I developing it? Am I giving it back to God? Am I being a doer as He has called me to be? How you manage what God has given you will be a reflection of what you truly believe in your heart.
Amen.
If you truly believe that God is creator of all things, that we deserve to give to Him, then we would bring our tithes and offering into the storehouse.
Amen.
That is a reflection that in our hearts, we believe that we are supposed to do this for God.
Amen.
When we think about the relationships that we want in people, our boyfriends or our husbands, whatever relationship you have, maybe a work relationship, whatever it is, here are qualities you want. You want it to be built on trust, faith, confidence, expectations. You want to believe that you can trust that person, that you can put your faith in them, that they will be there when you need them. Well, how much more should our relationship be established with God,
Amen.
who is the owner of all things,
Yes.
who can change my circumstances around?
Amen.
That is the true relationship that we should be striving for, to get better and to improve our relationship with God. Because when we grow apart, it's not that God stepped away, it's that you stepped away.
Oh, yeah.
You stepped away from the relationship. Many things are going to come and go in our lives, but we just have to be mindful of God is all powerful. His power never leaves. And this situation can change around, and God is waiting on me to do something. Genesis 1:26 records that God had made us to rule over all the earth and all life on earth, both plant and animal. And then we see Adam was made the first steward over the Garden of Eden. There was gold, there were stones, there were rivers, there were fruit. It was just beautiful and lush. God didn't have to provide all that, but He wanted us to live with prosperity and pleasures. But with that comes responsibility to take care of it. He places a lot of trust in us when He gives us things. And when we show that we can manage it well, then He is apt to give us more.
Amen.
But it depends on how we handle our faithfulness, how we handle our responsibility, our accountability, our honesty, our integrity. God sees all. Even though man doesn't see it, God sees it. In school, I just teach my students, and I tell them so often, have integrity. And how we define that is doing the right thing when no one is looking. Because God always sees. When people don't see, God sees. And you're going to reap what you sow. If it's good things, you reap good blessings. If it's hurtful things, you're going to reap some hurtful things in your life. But just know that God is the creator. He gave you your job. And when we get paid, we should stop to reflect and say, God, thank you for this job. Thank you for these provisions that you have provided for me. And then you reflect in that you care for Him by going to give your tithes and offering.
Amen.
And then managing the rest of it well. Are you seeking insight and understanding before you initiate what seems right in your eyes? You can't just look and say, oh, well, it's right to me, I'm going to do it. You have to you got to pray on it. You got to ask for wisdom from God. You need to seek Him. 2 Corinthians 3:18. We as Christians have no veil over our faces. We can be mirrors that brightly reflect the glory of God. And as the Spirit of the Lord works within us, we become more and more like Him. We have to be a reflection of God. If we're going to go out into the world and tell the good news and propel people to come in, we have to reflect those characteristics. It's more than just saying it out of your mouth. It is about living it. It is about doing what is right. Which brings us to our first question of today. how do you mirror the image of God? How do you mirror the image of God? What do you do in your life that shows you have God in your life? What do you do with your finances that show that you love the Lord and that you live by His principles? So I just want you to take a second and think about that. All those who are online with us, just think about it. If you would like to write it down, you know, when we see words on paper, it makes more of an impact for us. So if you would just like to quickly write that down so that we can get some of our responses coming in. But again, how do you mirror the image of God? Because we're supposed to be an image of our Father. You know, like people say, oh, she's a spitting image of her Father. Well, I want to be the spitting image of my Father, who is God. So how am I living that mirrors that image? What do people see in me that says she's been with God? So I just want you to think about that, and we're getting some responses coming in right now. And like I said, those who are watching online or going through the presentation with us, we just thank you for being here. We just want to say something that will help you benefit your life. So as we come to that, we're getting some of our answers in. And one good one is loving one another. When this world is so full of hate, you know, loving one another is a great way to show that God is our Father. That we are reflecting the characteristics that He has given to us. Some other responses: sharing, giving to others. You know, it's not about all that you can get, but it's just about helping someone else who is in need.
Amen.
Teaching the Word of God. You know, you're doing your Father's business. So you take on the family business when you teach the Word.
Amen.
All of these are great, and we just want you to just keep that in mind as we continue on our journey to becoming debt-free. The next responsibility, gifting stewardship. So we talked about being a steward is managing what belongs to somebody else. Well, we're supposed to be gifting what we have. We're supposed to be gifting managers. Whatever gift God has given to us, we're supposed to be developing those talents so we can give it back to Him. Each of us have been given access to gifts from God, and we have to ask ourselves, are we developing those gifts? If you're pursuing God and the things of His kingdom, God will entrust you with more. But we're going to have to answer for every idle word we speak.
Amen.
That is said in Matthew 12:36. And if we're going to have to answer for idle words, how much more are we going to have to answer for idle time? Because time is valuable, and we just said that God gives us all the time that we're going to have here on the earth. So
Amen.
If we are wasting it, we're going to have to answer to that or answer for that.
Amen.
In Matthew 25, the parable of the talents,
Yes.
tells us very well. What are you doing with what you have been entrusted with? When you use it to develop it and to build on it and to produce more, then more is given to you. When you hide it away and don't develop it, then it is taken away and given to somebody else who will. Which brings us to another parable in the Bible, another story in the Bible, the gifting widow, which can be found in Luke 21, verses 1 through 3. In this story, Jesus saw all of the rich putting in their gifts and their treasure into the offering. And then He saw a poor woman put in 2 small copper coins. This was all she had. And she put it in. And you know what Jesus said? He said, she did the most. The poor woman put in the most.